He's a tremendous comedian, a great friend of mine. Give it together, ladies and gentlemen, for my friend Thomas Borrillo!
You'll be glad to find out they found my testicles later in Jesse's throat. Oh, it's true. I just thought he had a weird shaped Adam's apple. Hey, before I start, I want to guarantee that, thank you for coming out. I want to guarantee you guys, and I'm going to get to this later. I have this problem with kids misquoting me or repeating me and not getting things right. Okay, so I've been gone for a while, but I want to give you a big treat tonight. I brought treats. I brought candy for you.
Yeah!
I recently returned to teaching, and the kids were happy to see me. The only people. And they said, oh, Teacher Tom, right? And the next day, some kids brought me cards. Other kids brought me those smelly Vietnamese snacks, you know, that I faked eating and stuck in my pocket. Now all my pants stink. And then another kid gave me a candy. I'm like, oh, I love sour candy. I was like, oh no, I like this. I like this. He goes, Teacher, you like this? I'm like, oh man, I love this. And it was break time. He runs out in the hallway and he says, Teacher Tom loves unicorn balls. My head teacher is like, good, you just started this week. I have to write you up. But they call it unicorn balls. Has anyone seen these? I'll pass the packet around. I dug it out of the trash for my defense trial, you know? But it's a unicorn with a fucking 7 nuts back here. Like this. They're huge and rainbow colored. And if that's not enough, he's throwing like a head turn look. He's like, right? So I'm gonna pass it around. I'm from America. Anybody else from America? Woo! Jesus, it's getting easier to say again, right? Here's the thing about Americans. You know, they all don't want to wear masks still, right? Freedom! All right, who wants a candy? Nobody wants one? They're fucking delicious.
Oh yeah.
I saved 6. All right, here, I'm going to throw them out in the audience. There you go, buddy. A couple of balls coming your way. Right? Casey, will you pass them around? You can look at the package. I just want to tell you, no matter what happens tonight, if you have a good time or not, if your friends say, what'd you do last night? You can say, I sucked on unicorn balls. To a bunch of strangers in public. That was fucking cool. That's freedom, right? Casey, to help you with the Vietnamese thing, my Vietnamese friend told me, she's like, if you're gonna tell Vietnamese jokes, just say Chinese. She's like, we hate the Chinese. And I did, I switched off all my Vietnamese jokes, they go over great. All right, now that we get the balls out of the way, I'm Tom Borrillo. Some of you hipper people might know me by my rap handle, MC Elemental P. I'm glad to be back. It's really nice to see people. I had a stint in the hospital. I crashed my motorcycle, bike. Then I got a toe infection. I didn't lose my nuts. I almost did because I shared a room with Jack. Anybody ever broken a rib? Don't raise your hand and say, yeah! How'd it feel, Fernando?
It was amazing.
No, it isn't. It fucking hurts.
Yeah, it's great that you're riding your bike and the speed bump becomes like a just brace for impact.
Yeah, I broke 9. Well, I was right. I went to the hospital. I don't remember much of what I was saying. I remember I was saying something like, right? But they don't give you pain medication until I got the name Choyoy 20 is my nickname. Because they won't give you pain medication until you name the level. They're like, 1 is a 0, 10 is pain. What's your pain? I'm like, fucking Choyoy 20! You know? That was before I met my friend Morphine. He was cool. Has anyone done morphine? Woo. Yeah, woo, right? Here's morphine if you've never had it. You're in the middle of saying something like, I will kill every freaking person in this room. And then they stack it like, room. Dr. Tom is the prettiest person in the world. I'm gonna pet you. I broke up with morphine. But I'm back, but I've had some residual pain because your ribs aren't working. So you get weird, your other part of your body overcompensates. So Friday I had a weird pain here, and the doctor sent me for a testicular exam. If you haven't had one, it's where you go to a strange doctor, you bare your genitals, and he probes you. Okay, I think everyone, including the ladies, can relate, right? Yeah, one person. Really? None of you? Okay, it sucks. I don't know what they're looking for. I think they're looking for like a hernia or Tourette's. But there's the doctor. He's down there poking you, and you're looking up because that's what you do. And he's down there. He's just going, Finally, I was like, "Hey, doc, buddy, what's going on down there?" He's like, "No good." I said, whoa, what do you mean? What do you mean no good? He said, "No good." I'm like, "Yeah, I got that the first time. Hate to be so American, but could I perhaps have something more medical sounding, you know?" And he said, "You have to stop masturbating right away." I said, "Oh shit, oh, no. Why?" He said, "I'm trying to examine you." You have a good point, right? Yeah, I can tell from the overwhelming concern. Yes, I was fine. I checked out okay. Thanks, people. I feel the warmness. And so I'm back. I'm teaching school again. I like kids, I guess. I will say this about teaching. It is the best form of birth control there is. Thank God I went back to the kids because I almost forgot that I was fat. Teacher, fat. Teacher Tom, you fat. Fat. And I lived in New York, I take offense. And all the Vietnamese teachers are like, no, it's a compliment in Vietnam. What? No, it isn't. Not if you're the fat guy. I want to take one of these kids, I want to bring them back to Colorado and take them to a baseball game in Denver. Get them through the gate and let them call everybody fat who's fat. That fucker's mind would be fat, ooh, triple fat, ooh, fat family, fat, oh, you know?
Triple fat.
You've never been to Denver. But he would miss the whole ball game, right? Or some freewheeling, redneck would shoot him. But so, I told the kids, hey, it hurts my feelings, don't do it. And they understood, except for these 4 fucking hardliners. And I'm never gonna change them, right? Their names are Printer, Stalin, Robot, and Carrot. I didn't even make that shit up. Printer, Stalin, Robot, and Carrot. They're a fucking crew. Like, I don't know. I don't know Vietnamese gang symbols. So, trying to deal with it, I called on Carrot the other day. We're learning the sound OU. What's the sound for OU? Wow, college-educated crowd. No, one of you? OU, what's the sound? Ow.
Oh, whatever.
Ow. I go, OU. Ow. They love that. If they laugh, I give them an Apex dollar because I figure at least the children should be paid. Yeah. So I said, Philip, the word is count. Ow. Count. And he says, cunt. I said, Cunt. And in my head, I'm thinking, you better slow your roll, motherfucker. That is stop. I said, no, that is not what Teacher Tom said. Can everybody please tell Karen how the word is said? And they all looked at me and they went, cunt. And I don't know if, sorry. I don't know if any of you have ever been called a cunt by 16 8-year-olds. But it fucks with your head, man. All weekend. I was just like, you know, maybe you are just a cunt. Maybe you're a big, fat, pretty cunt. Fuck that, I don't want to talk about this anymore. Talk about pot. Woo! Anybody here do the pot? That's my buddy's wife back in Denver. She's like, when you guys are done doing the pot and you have to dip, I want to fucking rattle her. I'm like, you don't do pot. Okay, you do cocaine, you do heroin, you do gymnastics. You smoke pot or you eat it. Where was I going with that? Oh, but I'm not. Who does the pot here? Don't raise your hand. Just say woohoo. There's more of you. This is Vietnam. I gotta ask you. Do you ever do anything, or do you ever leave the fucking house? I can't. And it sucks because I used to be a professional. Like not only pot, but like back in the 90s in New York, I used to do cocaine with a Russian racehorse named Maurice. Because nobody else could keep up with me. Now all I can do is rest and clean shit really well. So the other night, I'm a teacher, I don't smoke pot. But the other night in my apartment, I tripped and I fell on a piece of marijuana and I got really high. And I was cleaning the bathroom and I realized how cool my face is. Really, really fucking close. And then I started looking at my shoulders and there the fucking thing was. The hair. I've had this fight with this fucking hair since I puberty. It's not there, it's not there, it's not there. And one day it's 2 centimeters, charcoal black, popping out of my fucking shoulder. Anybody else have a mystery hair? One person. You guys are not being honest with me. I didn't look and see some hairy motherfuckers out there. I didn't mean to call you hairy motherfuckers. But no, and it's like the bane, let me explain it here. It's like the bane of my existence. Everyone has a bane of their existence, right? It might be a certain name that a guy has. Anybody have a guy name that you can stay away from?
Jesse.
Jesse, that's a good one. Like for a while, it was Lisa's in New York. If you don't know what Lisa's in New York are, they're the girl that comes to your play, and then she comes to it the next night, and then she starts hanging out at your bar until one night she announces to the world, you know, we're meant to be together. You just don't realize it yet. But the hair thing, I'm Italian, first generation, so I have an affinity with hair. You know, because we, every puberty, you know, once you go through puberty, every boy tries to grow a mustache. So you want to represent the people, right? You want to look like grandma. So I want to talk about body hair. That's what it is. And then, not mine, more the gals that I've dated.
Oh.
It's all right. I'm getting a handle on it. So the pubic hair. I'll give you, for instance, like 2 months ago, I was out with a Vietnamese girl, and she came over to my house. She forced me to get naked. Oh no, fuck you. If you would have heard what she said to me. She said, do you want to get naked? What was I going to do? So she gets naked, she has these little A boobies, and I'm thinking, cool. And then she lays back, and it was like, and these 2 snow cones of hair popped out. And I don't think women should have to shave. Okay? But I have a pedible amount. This girl had 40 times that. So it was like a game show, right? I already had the prize in front of me, but then door 1 and 2 had this mysterious thing that might have been better. So I got close to armpit door number 1 or whatever, and it was like, oh man. And she smiled and she said, I'm musky. To which I said, yes you are. I says, do you like it? I think men like this. And at which point I felt obliged to tell her that there's just not a lot of ladies' perfumes out there called Raccoon. But my ex, she was obsessed with whether I liked her pubic hair or not, which is a really fucking weird conversation to have over and over. All right? So one night she was just like, well, tell me, I'm like, honey, it's fine. Oh, really? My vagina's fine. How come you don't say my vagina's beautiful? I'm like, because vaginas aren't beautiful, honey. They're really cool. She's like, well, they're a lot better looking than penises. I'm like, I know. Why do you think I always put them in my mouth right away so I don't have to look at them? You know? I think that would have derailed her for a second. She went into the bathroom, slammed the door, all I heard was like, comes out 20 minutes later and she goes, ta-da. And she shaved her pubes into a giant letter T. And she goes, there. Now, whoever sees it knows I'm with you. And I thought, how many people are looking at your vagina? But then she adds this on. She goes, and if you ever decide to kill me, the police will know just who did it. I watch a lot of crime shows. I said, I thought, oh yeah, after I vacuum up or trace evidence, bleach the drains, soak your fingers in acid, you don't think I'm gonna forget to shake the giant pubic T. Yeah. At least I thought I said that, see? That's the danger of being a comedian. Sometimes shit just flies out of your mouth. You're like, oh, fuck, I didn't think that. But then she blows up. She's like, just tell me how much pubic hair you would like. And I said, 3. She ran back to the bathroom. She came out, one here, and a really super long one on her upper lip. And I thought, well played, baby. I told her, touche. And that's going to bring us to Stephanie. Is this okay? Stephanie was this 5'2", bleached blonde Puerto Rican girl from New York. And she was hot, and she would come to my bar, and every guy would hit on her. She might go, but she dispensed with them one by one. And one night it was my turn, we were talking. She said, oh, guys today, they suck. They don't like to go down, they don't like to eat pussy. And I told her, I said, wow, it sounds like you've never met Tom Borrillo. So that got me home. She said, we're going to your house. We got there, and she said, help me all with skinny jeans. And these were, I don't know how the fuck she got in them. But I had to get down on my knees. I got a button done, about 2 inches of zipper, and it exploded. It went, it was like Colin Kaepernick was jumping out of her underpants and doing my show. And she said, I believe in being natural. Natural. This is a bleached blonde Puerto Rican with, 6-inch orange bejeweled nails. But it really wasn't that bad. After about 15 minutes of crying, it was wet enough that I could kind of part my way. But we wanted to keep it on the down low, which is hard to do because we hung out at the same bar, and I'm a bartender. I have to talk to people. You're talking to people who are like, oh, did you see the Knicks game, man? Starks went up with that jumper, and then he... And everyone goes, Stephanie? And you're like, oh, yeah, sorry. But that's not why we broke up. We broke up over the movie Finding Nemo. For real. She's like, it's a nice, cute movie. And we're watching the movie. You guys Finding Nemo?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wonderful. She's doing this. right? My favorite noise in the world. I was like, is there a problem? She goes, this movie's stupid. I said, why? She's like, it's not realistic. I said, well, of course, it's a cartoon, the fish talk. I know that. I said, what's bothering you? She said, the yellow fish, the girl fish. I'm on fucking Dory. Like, this goes for you. Don't fucking talk shit about Dory. I will stop the set, I will come and whoop your fucking ass. Alright?
Just keep
We
swimming.
love Dory.
Yes. I said, what's wrong with Dory? She's like, she ain't got no pubic hair. I said, I don't know that fish have pubic hair. Oh, and you know. I said, I don't, but I had a fish tank as a kid. I looked pretty close. Oh, excuse me, paging Dr. Underwater Science guy, Jacques Cousteau. And I said, Jacques Cousteau, and she's like, whatever, you blonde-haired faggot. But I'm with you. And then I realized that I was trying to win an argument with a New York, Puerto Rican girl. I've done the research. Not one man in history. So after she stared at me for the scary 30 seconds, she said, I'm breaking up with you. I said, oh. So I bought her a card with a jellyfish because I knew I'd see her again. Hey, hope her friend. And she got it, and she's like, that's so sweet. I'm so realistic. I said, what? And she goes, look at all them tentacles. That's realistic. Fuck. I was going to tell you why I moved to Vietnam. I was going to talk about kids. They misquote me. Or they tell the truth, right? They tell the truth, but they don't get the context right. So I'm back in Colorado. Here's some, for instance. And I'm at my buddy's barbecue. Pamela, the do the pot lady. There's like 20 people. She comes out, she goes, ha-ha, Tom. I said, what? She goes, did you pour mustard on the cat's head? I said, no. She goes, whatever. You're lucky the dog licked it off, otherwise you'd be cleaning a cat, mister. And everyone's looking at me, I said, wow, did you ever think that your 8-year-old son, Luke, Mr. Mustard Face over here, might have done it? She said, oh, like, that's what an 8-year-old would do. I'm like, yeah, that's what a fucking 8-year-old would do. But now everyone's looking at me, so I went inside to watch hockey by myself. And their daughter, Gracie, sits by me, 6, I love her. She's like, can I watch TV with you, Mr. Tom? I said, yeah. And then we watched, and she's like, what are we watching? I'm like, hockey. She's like, hockey's so funny. Which I imagine from 6 it is. And she follows it up with, do you have a penis like my dad? And I said, well, your dad's Irish and I'm Italian, so probably not. I said, but let's not talk about this. She said, are you mad? I said, no, but let's make it our secret, okay? We won't tell anybody. And let's talk about something else. Let's talk about swimming lessons. How's that going? She's like, I'm not very good. Luke's better. I said, well, Luke's a young boy and he has nice, smooth, strong muscles. But let me see your bicep. And I'm squeezing her bicep. I'm like, oh, that's nice. There's my buddy's wife lurching over my shoulder. She's like, what are you doing now? I said, it's nothing. And she goes, shh. You ever have anyone do that to you? Shh. It fucking works. Sucks. And she goes, Tom likes my muscles, but he likes Luke's better because he's a young boy with smooth muscles. I'm like, that's not really well. I said, shh. Did Mr. Tom say anything else? She's like, it's a secret. I'm not supposed to tell. I don't want to explain myself, but in my head, my monologue was, shit. She said, what did Mr. Tom say? He has a penis like that, but his is Italian. And that's when you throw your fucking arms up and you're like, all right, dude, I'll see you in 20 years, right? And a week later, I'm at my friend's 9-year-old's party. My friends all have kids. And she comes up to me, and she's like, Tom? She's like, nobody's in the backyard. Do you want to play cornhole with me? I said, what? No, Mr. Tom's a big white guy. He doesn't answer questions like that. Ask your mom. And then Carolyn comes over. She's like, Tom, cornhole, it's a kid's game. I was like, no, cornhole? I don't think so. And she's like, Tom, it has a ramp with a hole and you throw the beanbag. I'm like, yeah, beanbag. In New York, they call shit what it is, beanbag. Can't have your daughter going around asking people to play cornhole. Motherfucker, get in trouble. Luckily, I'm a big guy. 2 minutes and I'm done. But so then my brother calls me. My brother's head of child psychiatrics in New Orleans. And he calls me one day, he said, Tom, can you do me a favor? I said, what? He said, can you talk to Mario about masturbation? I said, well, you're the doctor and his dad. He's like, no, he'd rather talk to you. I said, okay. I call Mario, I say, hey Mario, Uncle Tom. He goes, Dad told you? I'm like, yeah, so what, dude, you're masturbating. How much? He goes, a lot. I'm like, what, like 4 or 5 times a day? And he's like, yeah. Is that weird? I'm like, no, it's not weird, dude, you're 13, that's normal, right? It is, ladies, if you didn't know. I said, it's only fucking weird if you're doing it on the bus or in the middle of the, supermarket. Now, if I could get 5 erections a day, I would do it at the supermarket just to show everyone. He said, it just pops up all the time. I'm like, yeah. Sometimes you gotta grab that fucker, put him down. Other times you have fun. Just don't be stupid like your Uncle Tom, whose best friend's older brother Marco told him that if you take a grapefruit and slice it, put it in the microwave for 30 seconds, it's like the real thing. And he went, oh, it is? I'm like, no, it's not, and don't fucking do it. My brother calls me 3 days later, he's like, hey, I heard you talk to Mario. I said, yeah. How'd it go? I said, I think it went pretty good. He goes, uh-huh. Did you tell him to fuck a grapefruit? I said, no, I told him not to fuck the grapefruit. I said, absolutely, do not fuck that grapefruit. He said he's 13, Tom, what do you think he did? Oh well, live and learn, right? But then he adds, just to make me feel worse, just want you to know your nephew has a giant citrus burn on his penis. And that one is my fault. Because I should have figured out that a psychiatrist and a blood doctor probably have a way better microwave than the guy who bought his at the Big Ton Market. Okay, I'm done. I was going to talk more about my ex, but my buddy just said, don't talk about your ex because it's not funny. Anybody want to hear about her?
Yes.
Yeah.
No! Because it wasn't fucking funny, man. It's not funny, it wasn't funny, it's not funny. Fuck you! No, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be melan. I'm just, here's the thing. I was thinking about her the other day, like the last conversation we ever had. And she said, I could see she was sad, And I said, what's the matter? And she said, do you love me? I said, yeah, baby, I love you. Why? And she said, I mean, you say it, but do you really love me? I said, yeah, I really love you. Should my actions show it? What is this about? She's like, you love me? I said, yeah. Okay, hypothetically, here it comes. Hypothetically, what would you do if I were pregnant? And I said, oh shit, I don't know. Probably move to Vietnam. And here we are, you people are wonderful, thank you. Patrick's coming up with games, we'll have a break. Jesse, what you don't know, the only man in the world to have a career in leprechaun porn. We have other great comedians. Thanks, guys. Ciao.
One more time.